Hey, Dr. Wang, this is Chris, and I'm going to show you in this video three things that you can do today to bring more patients to your dental website. Now, you may be asking, why am I doing this? Well, oftentimes I find that business owners specifically, like you, are just too busy to learn how the internet can help their business. So that's my job. I'm kind of a consultant on that regard. So I want to share with you kind of an attack plan that you can do to help your website rank higher in Google and bring you more patients to your dental practice. And I hope that's something that you would want to do. If so, you please continue to watch, and I'll just show you. It's a brief video, but it'll really help you explore some areas that would bring your website or bring more patients into your practice. Now with this, I'm going to cover off on three categories today. The first one is content. The second one is called backlinks or link juice. I'll refer to that as link juice. And the third one is citations. So I'm going to kind of delve into those, and I'll try to explain them for you to better understand what you can do today to kind of make these changes on your site. And if you need my assistance doing it, let me know at any time, of course. But let's kind of jump into it. Number one thing is your website. It's a beautiful website. I will tell you that there seems to be maybe a picture or something that's missing in this area. Great looking website. You've got some content on the website, and that's my first area of focus is content. Typically, Google likes about 1,500 words on the homepage of your website. And the reason being is that this content, Google doesn't look at it like humans do through eyes. They actually read it almost as in Braille. And Google's analytics go through and they read the content that's on your website. And what they're looking for is exactly what is your website for. In your particular case, you're a dental practice in Glendora, California. So it's going to be looking for that information, and that hopefully your website is telling Google that. And one of the reasons is because I Googled dentist in Glendora, and that's what I was searching for. And then when I started looking through there, I was looking at who is ranking in the top areas of Google. And why do I look at that ranking? Well, the ranking is where people make their decisions. And in fact, about 94% of people that go to Google to do a search, let's say for dentist in Glendora, they're going to take the first 2, 3, or 4 are going to be the only ones they're going to look at before they make that decision to call and to make an appointment or a consultation with you before you become their dentist. So it's really important to rank high in Google, because more and more people are turning to Google as kind of their first source or their first opportunity to make a decision when they're buying. So when I look at your website, you have about 300, I'm going to say about 250 to 300 words on your homepage. So I would suggest that you increase this to about 1,500 words. You want more words in there. And then I would start focusing on keywords like dentist in Glendora, or Glendora dental, or Glendora family dentistry, things along that lines. People search those what are called keywords, and they typically search in the areas where they're located. So they'll either preface it with the city that they're in, or it'll come at the end of that, let's say dental in Glendora. So those are keywords that you want to have in your homepage on your website. So I hope that makes sense. One thing I did notice right up here in the corner, if you can see, it says not secure. That's a real concern for Google, because almost all the websites that rank in Google have SSL, or site security lock, on them, and your site doesn't. And that's a concern not only for Google, but it should be a real concern for you, because I do notice over here where it says not secure, you have patient information in here. Well, if you're collecting any patient information, that information is not secure the way you have it today. So this is something that needs to be addressed probably immediately with your website. I know this might be the first time you heard of it, but it is really crucial for you and to get ranked within Google. So off that topic, on to the next. Some other things that Google looks for on websites is they not only read the copy that's in there, actually read the photos. And I'm going to look at your photo here of these images here. And if you'll notice, it's going to pop up here. My machine's a little bit slow, but where it says testimonials here, this is a testimonial image. Well, that should say Dr. Wang Dental Practice or Glendora Family Dental dental practice. It should say exactly what you are. So all of your photos should have similar, what we call tags in them that refer back to you, Dr. Wang. So I hope that makes sense. So you've got a few photos on here. You're going to want to make sure that all of those are actually popping in and populated correctly. So with that, next area I kind of like to focus on is the citations aspect. All right, let me start actually out with backlinks. Now, backlinks are kind of an interesting category. Backlinks are So Dr. Wang, I'd like to kind of jump into an overview of your website. This particular software, it's called Ahrefs, or we refer to it as Ahrefs in the industry. And this software is about $500 a month, but it's well worth it because it analyzes everything having to do with your website. And it tells you things that just by looking at your website, you wouldn't know or wouldn't be able to tell. So with that, let's kind of do a kind of a deep dive into your website itself. And right here, this is called backlinks. And in your particular website, myglendoradentist.com, there's about 26 backlinks. Now these backlinks are interesting. I just pressed on the number and this actually tells me exactly where those backlinks are coming from. These are good to have, very, very helpful to have. But what I also noticed is when I went over to your competition, which is Glendora Family Dentistry, and I believe that's Dr. Desai, he was ranking very high. And so what I wanted to do is do a comparison. He has, now remember, you have about 26 backlinks. If I go over to Dr. Desai, he has 1,700 backlinks. And yes, big difference, vast difference. And that's probably why he's ranking in the top areas of Google. Along with a few other things that I'll share with you as well. So this is going to be really important, and I might suggest working on these backlinks. Look at these backlinks as almost like a popularity contest. What it is it would be websites that are pointing back to your website saying that, hey, Dr. Wang and his dental practice are really good and you should be going to them in Glendora, California. Well, that's one aspect of it, but not only do you want to have that website to point back to, you want to make sure that it's a relevant website to dental or to dentistry. So what's really important is we have to find dentistry websites that'll point back to Dr. Wang's website and makes him more relevant within Google's eyes. So I hope that's helpful, and that's another thing that you can take away from today. The last area I'd really like to work on is what's called citations. Citations are interesting and they really push you up in Google rankings, especially in what's called the Google map box. And let me get over to here. If you scroll down here, I'm going to cut out of this. If you go into this area right here, this is called the Google map box or Google business pages. There's typically 3, maybe 4 in here, and this one has 4 because this one they're actually paying to be in here. Not probably a really good spend of money because they're located in Phillips Ranch and there's quite a few dentists in Glendora, so it's a kind of probably not a good spend of money. But if you go to the organically positioned ones here, Glendora Family Dentistry, Glen Dental by Maria Francisco DDS, and then Downtown Dental. These three rank in here for a reason. And the primary reason is the citations. Now, these citations are really important. What they are is your name, your business address, and your business phone number out on the web. That means that your information is out on like yellowpages.com or Yelp or Yext, some of these other sites. And that's really helpful to you because what that does is that builds you up as being a credible business, a brick and mortar in Glendora that's a dental facility, and people will Google dentists in Glendora. Yours would be one of those that would start ranking higher. But if you notice the number of citations, and of course there's always something, but the number of citations in this particular site, for you, I did My Glendora Dentist right here. You have about 76 citations, and that's great. That's actually a very good number, a very high number. But when we go to Glendora Family Dentistry, which is ranked, I believe, number 1, they have 163 citations. So that's quite a bit more. In fact, it's almost twice as many as you. So what I might suggest is focusing some of your time on these citations. Now, if I press on this link right here, actually I'll press on yours first, and I can actually see through this software. It's called White Sparks. It's a company out of Canada. And what they do is they will tell me exactly where your citations are coming from. So if I look up and down here, I see that you're on Facebook, Instagram, Yelp, MapQuest, ZoomInfo. So these are your current rankings with the citations, and this tells me a lot about you and your site. But if I go back over to Dr. Desai's, who I believe is Glendora Family Dentistry, we can go in here, and he not only has those, but he also has hundreds and hundreds more down here. Now, what's cool is let's go to one that's let's go to Care Credit. Now, if I press on the Care Credit website, it's actually going to tell me that how to go about getting the link, your information posted on Care Credit. So I would go to this link here, this doctor locator, and I would put you in that citation area so that Dr. Wang's practice in Glendora will be found and raised up in the Google search. So I kind of hit you up with a lot of things. First and foremost, let me kind of recap that. We want to focus on content, again, about 1,500 words on your homepage. I would also contact your current web designer and get them to secure your website. Again, that's a liability issue for you because you are a physician, so get that secured. Next thing I want to speak to is the backlinks. Again, your backlinks. Let's get you more backlinks. Those backlinks from preferably the dental industry coming to your website. So them just showing you credibility or pointing back to Dr. Wang's website so that you get, again, higher rankings within Google. And then the last thing I want to focus on is citations. This will help you not only rank within Google's organic section, that's this section here, but it'll also get you to rank higher in this section here. And again, it has a lot to do with the amount of quality references that you have. Here again, I believe this is Dr. Desai. He has about 483 stars, which is phenomenal. I mean, that's tremendous. But we can get you up there too, because I'm sure you have quite a few people that have come into your practice in the past. And if you don't know how to do that, I've got some great tools that you could implement to get more people to give you high rankings on Google, your actual patients. So we could talk about that if you'd like to. If you want to get a hold of me, you can reach me at 626, area code 626-416-4911. My name is Chris Darney, and I am with Big Fork SEO Digital Web Design Agency. It's a mouthful, but that's what we do. So, hey, thanks so much, and you have a wonderful day. I'm going to leave you now, and if you want to reach back out to me, please feel free. Thanks. Bye-bye.